It sure feels good to be back home and enjoying this nice weather.
Sorry, Stewie.
With everything wrapped up in Montana, I can now finally start focusing all of my energy on doing things around the new homestead.
Frisco Bill. Hey.
The horses have now been here for over a month, and today was the very first day that I thought Frisco was acting like his old self again. He is an extremely sensitive horse, and he really struggled when we had to let Pearl go. I think letting him spend some time at the new place next to Prim and Scarlet have really lifted his spirits. He has always been the kind of gelding that very much prefers the company of mares. Stewie has been suffering in his little round pen by himself, but I've got something coming up in the future that I think he's going to be very excited about.
Whoa, girls. What are you doing? Zig. Ziggo.
It's really nice knowing that I have a bunch more time left to get all of the horses ready for winter, which should be so much milder than it was up in Montana. Although I haven't gotten all of the new footing laid down, Frisco was really wanting to get out and stretch his legs, so today I let him take a little tour around the old homestead building. Stewie, on the other hand, is a little bit upset that he can't just come and go as he pleases. But I know the other boys are happy that he's not around to pester them constantly.
Frisco Bill. Yeah. Ooh, a scratch. It's dirty.
Since the girls are spending much more time trying to win over Frisco Bill, Ziggy has been a little bit of a third wheel lately. And even with
Zig.
Scarlet's recent porcupine injury, she still has a ton of energy that she likes to let off every day. I've got a list about a mile long of things that I'm trying to get done, but the weather is the determining factor in most of them. I've got Tiny's new palace all cleaned out. I am waiting on a warmer day to put some spray foam in any of the cracks that are in here. Even though I wasn't away for very long today, I'm spending some time catching up, scrubbing out all of the water troughs, and making sure the horses have everything they need. I did head into town and get a few things for Tiny this morning. I was on the fence about insulating this little building, but I think Tiny is really gonna like it if it's a bit warmer. I haven't decided yet, but I may take down this dividing wall so it's a big open space, and then I might actually store some tack in here. I really hate fiberglass insulation, especially if there's any chance that the cats are going to be around it, so I was really excited to see that they had some recycled denim insulation at the store when I went. The girls were pretty suspicious of my activities today. I don't think they understood what was going on. I did some rough calculations for the insulation on this building. I think I should have enough and a little bit left over for maybe inside the house somewhere. The area that Tiny has been going from our house into the crawl space has fiberglass insulation, and I took it out just so she couldn't get hurt, but it definitely needs something in there before winter comes. I was hoping to have this whole little shed done much sooner than this, but I've got so many things going on, I have to prioritize what I'm going to do first. There aren't too many gaps in this building, but the spray foam does need to be
Frisco
used when
bale?
it's 70 degrees or above. So there's a few days next week that I should be able to get that done. Every day I take out a few scoops of the footing and rearrange it in the holes that have been forming.
Stewie.
I've kind of been working my way around from the entrance of the old homestead building, and it will eventually go all the way around. Stewie is obviously
Stewie.
suffering in his own little area, and he lets me know every day that it is unacceptable. It's really nice to be able to let Frisco out in this area. He really doesn't need a fence to stay contained either. It's really funny to see the similarities between him and Stewie. Frisco was full of shenanigans when he was younger, but since he is now 30 years old, he doesn't do too much sneaking around. Stewie definitely needs something to keep his mind occupied. When I bought panels, I also got enough to make a little round pen. Scarlet needs to get brought into work and started under saddle, and like I said earlier, I do have a special purchase on the horizon that I need to get ready for.
Stewie.
I know I've got a few people out there that are gonna figure this out pretty quickly. My husband promised me a housewarming present of my choosing after we got everything done in Montana. I was on the hunt for one of these last year around the same time, but I begrudgingly waited because it just was not in the cards. But now that we have our own property and this gorgeous weather, I think it's time I started looking towards getting another addition to the herd.
Stewie. Big.
Pretty shortly after we first got here, we had some crazy rains. I do have a few friends in the area that told me the horses would probably be fine for quite a while with no shelter as long as they had shade from the sun. Even though it is getting pretty close to freezing overnight, during the day it can get pretty warm, especially out in the sun. The boys have lots of trees in their dry lot. All of the other horses have access to trees, or Frisco Bill has a windbreak with the little shed. Nigel is so short that pretty much everything is a windbreak for him. I did put up a little shelter for the boys that I am gonna fence in at a later date. It seems like the precipitation out here is not going to be the problem. I am going to have more trouble dealing with the sun and then also the wind. There were a few days where the horses were feeling pretty down and out because of all of the rain. It did jumpstart all of my little seedlings, and now the horses are feeling pretty frisky. I was a little bit worried that Scarlet was having some residual effects from her encounter with the porcupine, but today she showed me that she is doing just fine. She was trying to get the other horses to play with her, but they were not buying it. While I would love to get these horses out on the pasture, I still haven't gone through and picked up all of the trash and dangerous things that are around. And as you can see, this pen is plenty big enough for Scarlet to kick up her heels when she needs to. Both Prim and Ziggy were not having any of Scarlet's shenanigans today. It has been exactly 3 years since I picked this girl up from the horse sale. When I was driving home from Montana, I was thinking about how much my life has changed since I bought Scarlet. She is the main reason I started my YouTube channel. She is also probably a big part of the reason why we could afford this place. So it is only fitting the first horse that I get at the new place be another wild one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed already, make sure to do that so you don't miss any future videos.